Happy Thursday. Welcome into My Sweet Home Living. So glad to have you join me this morning for some relaxation and some crafting this morning. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been crafting at my table, and it's very obvious to me this morning. I'm a little rusty. I got to get back in the groove of things. So who's like me and you don't know what day it is, you don't know what's going on today, kind of in that limbo of floating between the holidays, and I've got to get back into a routine. I miss my routine, and so what I'm doing today is I am getting myself into the craft room, just getting some creative things flowing in my mind and brain, and I don't know what we're going to do today. I really don't. Disclaimer, so if we don't get anything cute made, we're definitely going to be sure that we get to chat and do something. Good morning, Miss Cheryl. Good morning, Jody. I didn't even send my telegram out. I'm telling you, I'm so out of sync. I'm rusty. I got to get back into the groove of things. Let me make sure that I'm reaching all of my peeps this morning. I do have several project ideas on the table. I've got some unfinished projects we might get to. We have a full hour this morning. It's a casual week over in the Craft on the Clock group because, you know, many of us have odd schedules going on, right, in our lives right now. And so I think since the new year is officially over and we're finished with Christmas, that hopefully we can kind of settle back into a normal routine. Good morning, Miss Wendy. I am going to see if I thought I had Telegram installed on my app or my iPad, but I don't. Guess I do. I don't know. Good morning, Miss Rhonda. Good morning, Jan and Jill. Good morning, Miss Besson, and big hugs to you. Big hugs to you, friend. I don't know what we're going to do today. I've got coffee grunge on the table. I have some wood blocks on the table. I have a little printed label tag design or whatever that we might use that I could share with you all today. And I think that's what I'm going to use or do. But like I said, we have a full hour, and I don't think this will take a full hour. So we're just going to see. We're going to see where it leads us today. Sometimes it's good not to have a definite plan. I had to remind myself of that this morning. Good morning, Miss Cynthia. How are you all? I know it's been so long, Miss Debbie. Thank you so much. It has been so long since I've just been able to sit down at the crafting table and just, you know, just be, right? Just be. It's been the holidays and all the things, and I'm ready for some downtime and me time. Thank you so much, Miss Kay. I appreciate you, lady. Okay. I just went scrambling through my drawers this morning, my craft drawers. And something that I thought, okay, I've got a lot of, I need to figure out how to use them, something, right? So we're just going to kind of create with these little wood pieces. I grabbed these in a set. They came from Hobby Lobby. They come in a bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there may have been 8 in this pack at one time. Let's see. Actually, it still has the sticker on it. This, it doesn't actually say. It doesn't actually say. It's from the wood pile section at Hobby Lobby. It comes in a pack like this. And I think I grabbed these for a little salt box house project that I was thinking that I would use them for. And I think I used a couple of them, and that was all I needed. So we're going to use them, I think, to make some little primitive style shelf sitters, I think. Like I said, I don't know. Good morning, Miss Kelly. This is just my attempt to kind of settle back into a normal routine. And, you know, I don't know about you all, but when there's so many things going on for the holidays, my brain just can't focus. I can't focus on creating and just being, and you know, it's just in survival mode. And that's the way I've been for the last 2 weeks. It's just been in survival mode. You know, it's just the way it is. Good morning, Miss Deborah. How are you? Good morning, Patty and Renee. So here's my thinking. I keep seeing all these super cute little primitive style little shelf sitters. And they're little signs. You can hang them. You can sit them on a shelf. You can prop them up. You can tuck them in a tree if you have like a holiday tree that you keep up year round. But we're going to attempt that, I believe. And if that all goes wrong, we'll jump ship, and I have a few other things over here on the side. Good morning, Miss Penny. Feeling so much better today. Heart surgery in 4 days. Miss Denise, sending big prayers to you. God's got you, lady. Good morning, Miss Stephanie. Real quick, I just created something on my computer this morning. Let me flip this camera around because, geez Louise, we're going to need to see words in the right direction this morning. Here's our attempt to getting back on track and a sense of normal. You've got the same wood pieces. Oh, good, Victoria, good. Okay, so here we go. It just says love grows here, and it's kind of in a simplistic, it kind of looks like a stamp, or it looks like it could have been stenciled, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to start with. But you know what I got to do first? I've got to grunge that paper. So I pulled out the coffee grunge out of the depths of my refrigerator. And my lid, I guess the pressure has built up for me. I just pulled it straight out and it's kind of warmed up. A little bit of pressure is built up. Maybe that lid wasn't on there real good. Either way. Coffee grunged my hand already this morning. Good morning, Miss Esmeralda. How are you, friend? Good to see you all this morning. I'm telling you. Just been busy. A good busy, but not been able to craft kind of busy. Hey, Miss Megan. I know, it's a crazy day. It's a crazy day, but it's officially the holidays are over. And we can kind of step back. We can reflect on things and take it slow. Take it slow now, right? Good morning, Charla. How are you, Elizabeth? I have my craft room all cleaned up and organized. I have been working on that the last couple of days. I'm so excited about that. And I will be sharing these with you today. If you're on my broadcast channel or on my Telegram channel, I'll send you both of these today, and you can print them off. I just printed it on regular printer paper. And I'm just going to take my coffee grunge and I'm just going to give it a light coating because I need it to have a vintage color, primitive color. Okay. I was kind of in the mood to use my stamps this morning, but I pulled out my alphabet letter stamps and I just wasn't feeling it. You know, sometimes it depends on the style of the stamps. I didn't like the L that was in my set, and it just didn't give me that look that I was hoping, that I was thinking I was wanting. So I thought, forget that. I said, you know what? We're just going to make something. So I whipped it together in a couple of minutes, printed it off, and I said, okay, here we go. Let's see if it works. Good morning, Tiffany. How are you? I'm so glad you're here too. I'm just going to put that coffee grunge on there and then just give it a quick dry. And then we'll be able to use it on our wood blocks. Okay. Now, I think on my wood blocks, I think I want these like that primitive black color, sort of like a, I don't know, matching a lot of, I have a black cabinets here and there that are primitive style that are kind of distressed around the edges. That's my thinking that I'm going to make this. And I am going to decoupage this on my wood block, and it will have a black on the background, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm all right with that. We shall see. Like I said, there is no definite plan today. We're just trying to get back into a normal routine around here. It's so hard. It's so hard. Everybody's schedules are different, and with holidays being in the middle of the week, I don't know about you guys, but that throws me completely off too. I just need the holidays on the weekend, I think. my brain just can't keep up. So my brain has been a little rusty. Okay, that's still a little bit wet, but I think it'll finish drying while we paint up these wood blocks real quick. And I am going to go with just a simple black chalk paint with these. Good morning. Good mornings. I know, Sheila. Simple is for me just to kind of get back in the groove of things. Just got to do it. And I just totally used that sponge brush that I had dipped in my coffee grunge, but that's okay. That's okay. Not going to hurt it. And I am going to do 2 versions of this sign. Like I said, we have a full hour today, which at this point we have around 45 minutes left. So we're good. And if we get these finished, like I said, I have a couple other things on the side over here that I probably need to work on anyway. So we will we'll do those if we get these finished. But these are just the simple little wood pieces that I grabbed in a set. If you missed it earlier from Hobby Lobby, it comes with several pieces. I think maybe 6 to 8 pieces in a bag. I can't remember how many were in there. And they are they're about 9.5 by 2.5. That's kind of the dimensions. And they're probably like, I don't think they're quite an inch thick, but they're close, if they're not. I'm just giving this a quick coat of the black chalk paint. I love chalk paint. I don't paint a whole lot, but when I do, I always gravitate towards the black or the chalk paint, because to me it gives me that matte finish that's so, you know, that's the norm for primitive style crafts and decorating, is a matte finish. And I don't know, it just says primitive to me, so that's usually what I go with. I'm not going to paint that bottom right now. I'm just going to set that over to the side. We can get that other end later. But everybody's going back to work today, in my house anyway. My husband and my oldest son, they are back to work. They've already gone on their way, left early this morning. My daughter works today, so it will just be me and my youngest son, Sawyer, that will be here today. And he even has some plans later this afternoon, so it'll be a good time to just kind of breathe and catch up on things. Catch up. Okay. This chalk paint also dries so fast, and I love it. Okay. And I am going to rough the edges up, and really I don't even have to have a solid coat of this. I could just kind of almost give it a little bit of a dry brush look almost, and I think I would be okay with it too, because I want to distress the edges anyway here in a minute, and then give it a little bit of a stain color, because I don't want that bright fresh wood look, you know what I mean? So there we go. Okay, let's hit it with the dryer and let me chat with you all. Back at it. Hey, Miss Angel, have a great day. So glad you stopped by. Hey, Miss Charlotte. I'm telling you, my body needs routine. I am just a creature of routine. I just have to have it. It just makes me feel more in control. Maybe I don't even think that's the right word. Just, I don't know. I'm not super spontaneous is really what I'm trying to say too. I like predictability, and things to be kind of a little bit predictable. Good morning, Miss Teresa. Thank you for sharing us out. Hey, Miss Cindy. Happy Thursday to you as well. I am too. Better with routine. I am too. With these holidays being in the middle of the week, it's just you're on again, off again, on again, off again. Hi, Miss Linda. Deborah, how are you? And that's sometimes I can't even think creatively unless I'm by myself. Does that sound really weird? But when everybody is here, I'm just like in mom mode. You know what I mean? And I just can't think. I can't craft. I can't decorate. I can't just think creatively when, everybody's here. Good morning, Margie. Hey, Rhonda. Okay, we have that pretty well dry. Let's take a peek at this one. And I'm not complaining that my peeps are home. I'm not complaining at all. I love having my family here. Don't get me wrong about that. Love it. And I have enjoyed every minute of it. I really have. More productive. I think so too, Lisa. Productive in different ways, Good morning, Miss Carrie. Good morning, Miss Pat. Happy New Year to all of you. 2025. Anybody have any big things happening this year? Hey, Marie. I'm just giving this, I make sure some of these little spots that they gathered a little bit of extra paint. I want to make sure that they're dry. Because we're going to put paper on top of this and it will soak up that black and it will ruin my idea. I apologize. Your husband's been home almost 3 weeks and you never feel in routine. I know. Those husbands have a way of doing that, don't they? Stop and start all day. I totally can relate. Totally. It's like you get into one thing and you don't get it finished before 2 or 3 other things are calling for your attention. That's the mom life. That's the grandma life. That's the life of pretty much any woman in a household. I think. I do believe. And I will say that we are so blessed to have that. I know some days it doesn't feel that way, but we really are. We really are, and I wouldn't have it any other way, and I'm so happy that I can do and be available and help. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Esmeralda. I appreciate you, friend. I'm missing some comments. You're going to be a grandma, Miss Debbie. Well, congratulations. I know. I bet some of you are expecting some new additions to your family this year, whether it's weddings or new babies. I'm so excited for that. The new year, it's exciting when you stop and think about what can take place in a year's time. Just think, if you were to fast forward, I'm just going to paint this edge on this because it's going to bug me. Fast forward the clocks to this time next year and think about everything that you can accomplish in a year's time. We are amazing individuals, and we can succeed and do so many things within a year's time. Now, if we stop and we let things get us down on a daily basis, it can feel like we're just creeping along and it feels like the year's never going to end. But I will say that the year has flown by. If you think about last year, the year flew by. The days may be long, but the years are short, right? Is that how it goes, or is it the opposite? The days are long, but the years are short. Good morning, Miss Lisa. My hair, I'm telling you, I haven't even hardly looked at myself in the mirror the last few days. And that's pretty frightening. Pretty frightening. But I'm glad y'all are just here with me in my normal morning here. Your husband started his doctorate. Wow, Christy. Yes, that's a big, big undertaking. Prayers for him. Your word for the new year is motivation. That's a great word, Miss Brenda. That's a great word. And you know what? I was reading something the other day. And, with each new year, a lot of times, people push the idea and the feelings, maybe more like it, of doing and doing and doing and doing more and doing more and doing this and doing that. But you don't always have to be doing to be successful or to accomplish things. And a lot of times we get caught up in that way of thinking, and it can oftentimes make us feel unsuccessful or unmotivated unconsciously. And so I want to encourage you to be mindful of that. Sometimes we need to take a step back and realize we're trying to do too much. And that could sometimes be the reason why we feel unmotivated, because we feel overwhelmed. And so be mindful of that. I just want to put that out there, because I've been telling myself that lately. And sometimes when you have too many things going on, you can't focus on the bigger things that you want to accomplish. So sometimes it's better to simplify rather than over plan. You know what I mean? Good morning, Miss Sherry. Rest is a weapon, and it's so important. Sometimes it's good to stop and slow down. And that's kind of what my crafting time forces me to do. It's therapy for me. It really is. Because otherwise, I wouldn't sit in here and let myself have time to unwind and forget about things that, otherwise are calling my attention all day long. It's good to take a step away from things. And that's what this forces me to do. And it's a gift. It is a gift. God has gifted us with all kinds of different talents. And if you don't force yourself to take time to be in and experience and grow those talents and creative things that the Lord has gifted you with, then you're really doing yourself an injustice, honestly. You've got to tap into those things. Why did He give us those gifts? Why did He give us those gifts? The gifts that we have. Why do we have them? He didn't give them to us to waste them. He gave us to them to share with others. And I truly believe that. I truly believe that. So I want you to think about that. I am taking this sanding block, and look what I've done. I've gone around the edges. You see that? So here's what it looks like before we sanded it. Okay, this one has a little knot on it. This side might be a little bit better, but I've sanded the edges. Good morning, Miss Lucille. Good morning, Lisa. Crafting is your rest time. That is a great mindset, and it is mine too. I can feel so much better after I'm in here and just taking some time to create. I always feel like it's a therapy session. It really is. It just forces me to stop stressing about other things. Let me see. Let's see. Those words just gave me a pause to reflect. It's been such a trying year for everyone, including yourself. That's right. We've got to slow down. Exactly. Who said that? Miss Kathy. My things are self-care. Slow down on the house so much. I try to wash every dish and sweeping continually. I know. And as women of a house, we feel that's our constant job, right? Is to constantly keep things caught up. I know. But sometimes it's good to let those things slide just a little bit, to give yourself some time to enjoy things that you wouldn't otherwise. I wouldn't force myself to get in here and do this. If I didn't schedule times, I have to force myself to do it. I have to. Otherwise, I would not. And you can get so bogged down with the daily stuff that you forget to be yourself sometimes. Okay, we got some wood dust. Okay, I have given that a cute little sand down. I think that's cute. Let me grab my inks over here. Hold on. Okay, I saw somebody ask about the chickens a while ago. The chickens are doing good. They're doing good. I will say we had our first death of our original ladies. And I really still don't know what happened, and I posted it on my page last week. I'm taking a distress ink, okay, not an oxide, a distress ink, and I'm going to rub those corners down where I sanded it just to give it a darker undertone, almost like a stained wood look. Our little no-neck Nancy, I don't know what happened to her. It was just like all of a sudden. I have several things that could have happened that run through my mind, but I honestly don't know. And it could have just totally been natural causes. She was kind of always our special chicken of the group anyway. And I don't think that she was completely developed normally, because she really had a shorter neck than everybody else. But I don't know. It was just one day I went out there and she was lying dead in the chicken run in the pen area. And I had just seen her. I wasn't out there the day of, but I have no idea. I have no idea what happened. And she wasn't showing any signs of distress when I was out there the day before. And none of the other chickens had been acting bizarre or anything. It was just all of a sudden. Now I'm taking this wet wipe. This distress ink is water soluble. So once you wet it, it will help carry that ink color. It almost becomes like a watercolor paint. It wets it and it helps you to spread it to where it looks like a stain. So that's what I've done around the edges. I like that. I like that a lot. So I don't know. I kept a watch on all of the others really close for the next several days after that. And everybody else has been fine. So I really don't know. I really don't know what happened to her. Hey, Miss Debbie, we're making, we're just kind of going with the flow today. We're just having some casual crafting, catching up and chatting time. Just some unwinding time. Good morning, Miss Jane. Happy and healthy 2025 to you too. Yes. Everybody. Okay. I like the way that one turned out, so I'm going to do this one exactly the same. We're doing some little Valentine primitive style little shelf signs. I had a bundle of this wood in my drawer just waiting for me to do something with, so that's what we're doing today. I have heard that too, Esmeralda. I have heard that too, and that's what I originally thought. And then I got to thinking, well, right about that same time, we had a mouse. We've had mice. We live literally in the woods. Like literally. We're surrounded by woods on 3 sides. With just a little tiny opening for a backyard. But when the weather turns cold, the mice seem to show up all of a sudden. And so the last 2 weeks, it's been a battleground around here. Operation Evict Mice has been underway. and inside the house. So we have killed, or trapped, I should say, 8 or 9. Can't keep count. 8 or 9 mice that come in. Like, all of a sudden they showed up. And they did this last year too. And so we have been using traps mostly to catch those. And we haven't heard any more since we caught the last one probably about a week ago. And it's getting ready to turn super cold again, so we might have another influx of them. But we're ready. We're ready this time. But we did put a couple of blocks of mouse poison in some areas that, we couldn't get to. And I thought, well, what if one of those mice got in and got a hold of that poison and made its way out to the chicken run? And maybe she caught it. That the likelihood of that happening is very slim, but I can't rule it out. I thought, well, they will catch the mice. If they see them, they will catch them. Maybe she got a hold of a mouse that had poison. I don't know. I don't know. Otherwise, she appeared to be healthy. I looked at her really close to see if it looked like she had any problems. Obvious problems on her body. Nothing. She hadn't been out of the run for several days. Actually, could have been probably a week or more or so. I hadn't let them free range because the weather had been so nasty rain-wise, and just with the holidays, I wasn't able to kind of keep watch on them, and I don't like to let them out unless I'm here and able to keep watch on what they're doing and in and out of the house, and just kind of keeping tabs on where they're at and that kind of thing. So she hadn't, I don't know, it's completely beyond me. I have no idea, but and it could have just been totally natural. It could have been totally natural. Oh my gosh, field mice. Well, it's funny is because we have both. And my husband, of course, he's a trained wildlife biologist, and so he knows all the critters. He knows all the critters. He can identify, every critter that walks around here and every tree and plant and everything that grows around here. And so he's been on the mouse patrol, whatever. It's been his operation. And he said, when we first put the traps out, we were catching, what we were catching were actual house mice. There's a difference, actually, and I didn't know this. He said, yeah, they're house mice. But he said, after the first several that we caught, he said, the mice that we were seeing were actually what you call deer mice, which I think is kind of the same as what you're referring to is field mice. And he said they act totally different. He said they're quiet. They don't make a peep when they get on the traps, But the house mice are the complete opposite. They're the ones that are, known to like squeak and make all the racket and noises. But the deer mice, the field mice, are completely quiet. And he said those were the ones that we were catching. After we caught the first few house mice, he said the rest of them were field mice, which makes total sense because literally, like I said, we're right next to the woods and fields and everything. And but I think we've knocked them out. So until the next round comes in, I'm sure it's just a matter of time. And I said, it's going to have to be something that we keep. We just can't think that we're done catching them because I think it will be a constant, And we've never lived this close to the woods, house-wise, And I said, it's just something that we just have to take preventative measures on. I said, we're going to have to always leave the traps out and always check them, And we don't really put poison out unless we absolutely have to. And really, I think he only put 2 pieces of poison out, excuse me. And he did it downstairs in one of the closets in the basement. So who knows? I really don't know. But here's what I have. Now, I'm thinking I want to put this on these wood blocks. But I'm trying to think, how do I want them to look? Like I told you all, this has been like sort of a halfway planned out project. Just kind of going with the flow of things around here today. What I'm doing is I'm taking this paper and I'm holding it up to my window so the light can shine through it. You can almost see the shadow of the block behind it to see what I want. Do I want it to take up the complete block, or do I want to kind of trim it down to where there's a black border around it? I think is what I want to do. They are very different. You had a couple in your truck. Oh, Esmeralda, yes. Yes, we have mice that are living in our, they're not living in our farm truck, but they climb up in the motor and everything. And so we had to get, there's some packets, some little packets of like different like smelling herbs and different things. It smells really peppery to me, like black pepper. But they're little sachet bags almost, like is what it reminds me of. And we've stuck those in like the glove box of the truck and things and under the seats. And it's supposed to help deter them. So we'll see. I know. I've already kind of said the same thing. There was a cat. There was 2 cats here when we moved in. That the lady who lived here before us, they're kind of wild / she would leave food for them. They were partially tame. But they torment our dogs. And it was just a constant battle. And we didn't feed them. I said, if we don't feed them, they will move on, you know. And they did. They moved on to the neighbors. And because the mama cat had kittens, and she had them in our barn, and we found them. But the barn was close enough to our neighbor's house that she ended up carrying them over there to their garage. And they have a little girl, and she loves the cat now. And I said, okay, I'm happy with that. But yes, a cat would definitely help the mouse population, but we just can't do a cat right now. It would torment our dogs, and I'm not sure how well a cat would fare with my chickens, you know, because cats like to chase birds. So I haven't even entertained that thought for longer than 2 seconds. Okay, I'm trying to get this on here and I'm failing. I'm trying to make sure that it's gonna look right. I don't know. I'm not in my normal sense of creative zone here. I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm not there. All right, I have put some coffee podge on my wood block. A really light coat because I don't want it to completely saturate my paper to the point where it makes it look funny. So I think what I'm going to do now, I kind of wanted to leave a little bit of a border around it, but I don't know. We'll see. We're letting the project guide us this morning. Good morning, Miss Mary. Hey, Karen and Shauna. Okay, I'm going to take this sanding block and I'm going to get it off at the edges. I'm probably taking off some of that paint that we'll see. We'll see. We're going without it. We're creating without a plan today. That's what we're doing. What I'm doing. And y'all are just along for the ride. Good morning. Hey, Miss Holly. We'll see. We'll see how this turns out. I sort of had a vision, sort of, like 5 minutes. Well, not 5 minutes, but about 30 minutes before I started my live. Kind of had a vision on what I wanted to do. But I thought, you know what? Sometimes the best things are unplanned. All right, I didn't get good stick under that corner, so I'm going to put a little bit more under there. And I'm not getting good stick there. Ah, goodness gracious. I need something to kind of flatten this down. I'm going to use another piece of paper. I need to be able to rub my hand across it, smooth out any air bubbles or wrinkles. I could have used the iron method, but you know, like I said, I didn't have every step planned out in my head. I like that. I like that. Okay. I'll make sure it's okay. Now, do I need to put a top coat of Mod Podge on it? I don't know. I kind of like how it looks like this. I think I just got coffee podge on my forehead. Let's add. It is not wanting to stick in this corner. Hang on, let's add a little bit more. Coffee podge. Oh, Miss Tina, are you new around here? If so, welcome. I'm glad to have you. What I call coffee podge is a mixture of Mod Podge, sort of. Only I use like school glue, like Elmer's school glue. I have a big tub of Elmer's school glue right here. Oh, right there, you see it? Right there, big tub of it. I mix that with a mixture of coffee, cinnamon, and vanilla. This is what I call coffee grunge. And to make it a glue mixture, I just add some white school glue in a jar and then pour some coffee grunge in with it until I get the right mixture. It's about a 3-to-1 ratio. You want 3 parts glue, so like you could say 3 cups glue to 1 cup coffee grunge, and mix it together. And that's what I use as a glue mix, and it just gives a primitive look to your papers, your fabric, whatever you choose to add it to. I feel like I need a little bit of distressing around the edges though, so I'm going to have to be a little careful around my edges. So I'm going to use one of these little brushes, these little brush applicators, to go around the edges, I do think. Yeah. Okay. Watch the magic happen. I'm just going to go around and just kind of feather it. I want it to look like an old newspaper. Love it. I want it to look like it's been around for a while. And I just created this print this morning, like 20 minutes before I started my live this morning. And I have it and I can share it with you. I will share it on my broadcast channel later today and my Telegram channel. So if you're not there, you'll want to get there. And you can just print it off. And the wood pieces that I have, they come in a set from the wood pile section at Hobby Lobby. This is called the wood economy bag. These are like 2.5 by 9.5 or so. I painted that up, painted it black, distressed the edges, and decoupaged that printable right on there. And I love that. I love that. I mean, you could set it, set it on a shelf right there. Now I can't see it because my chair's in the way, but now the other one is going to be a tall version of that. Okay, and I'll send you both versions today. So let's get this. This one is going to be upright. Okay, so depending on where you want it, this might look better on like a bookshelf. Can't think. Might look better on a bookshelf. You could also, if you wanted to drill a hole in the top and add a little hanger. This would look really cute hanging on a peg shelf. If you have some pegs that you don't know what to hang from, oh, this one would look so cute hanging on a peg shelf. I think I know what I'm going to do with this one. This one that's going to be upright is going to be a peg shelf hanger. Now, I don't have my drill to drill my holes on this one, but I will after I get off. Okay, I got to hold it up to the light to see if I have this centered. Ooh, I'm a little crooked. Hang on. This paper gives you a little bit of time. And I just printed this on white paper and put some coffee grunge on it to give me that old look. If you want to iron yours down to avoid wrinkles, you can totally do that. And I would probably, honestly, might even recommend that for this project. I didn't do that because I really didn't have a plan, a good plan before I started this one today. So I'm giving you the idea and then you all can perfect it. How about that? Thank you. Yes, I think so too. Now my paper is wanting to wrinkle on me really bad. That's why I said the iron method would probably be the best way to go here. Okay. I'm just doing my best to kind of get the big wrinkles out. I'm totally okay with some wrinkles because that's kind of the look I like anyway, but some of them are a little bigger than what I want. So I'm going to take this paper on top and use it sort of as a shield while I can take my fingers and rub it down to smooth it out. Gosh, my table's squeaking. Good morning, Miss Shana. Good morning, Jessica, Kimberly. How are you all? Good morning. Yes, I think so too, Miss Shana. 300 of y'all here this morning. I'm so glad. I've missed you all. I may be live on Saturday night. I may be live Saturday night. I may have some time that I can come live with you all Saturday night, so I might be thinking of something fun for us to do, and if I'm for sure going to be live, I'll let you know. I'll be more prepared next time. I'll be more in my element if I go live Saturday. And I totally forgot to say that we are live in the Craft on the Clock group today. Yes, this is a special 1-hour episode. We're having 1-hour episodes this week. Over there, if you like live craft shows, yes, that's the place to be. Sometimes it's hard to find those live craft shows, and we have a whole creative team that will bring you live craft shows all day long. Now, last week we were on vacation. We didn't have any scheduled. And this week we've had a schedule, but it's been a really loose schedule. Just 1-hour episodes. But next week we'll be back to our normal schedule. We start early in the morning, usually around 6:45-ish, 7 o'clock, sometimes 7:30. And we go all day long. All day long. Live crafts over there. You can come in and watch and chat and hang out, get ideas. I'm just securing down the corners here that maybe didn't quite get good stick under. But next week we'll be back to a normal routine, and next Friday, our Fridays are always fun themed type craft days. Next Friday is jarific. We're doing jars all day next Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday. Let me see. Did I already make my red polka dot character with the heart? That was a gift. This little angel right here, this was a gift from my friend Cheryl. And I'm glad you brought her up, because just me speaking her name, if you could, say a quick prayer for her today. She's had some health problems, and she could definitely use your prayers. Her and her husband both, Mike. But she gave this to me as a gift when I met her in person a couple of years ago on one of our first vintage Soul Sister road trips. And it's the sweetest. It is absolutely the cutest little primitive angel. But she gave that to me, and you reminding me that today. I'm so glad. That was probably a little tap on the shoulder from God today, saying keep her in your prayers. I know she recently had surgery, I believe, on her shoulder, but she has a craft page here on Facebook. She just has not been active for a while. She's, like I said, had some health problems, and I miss her so much. But her page is called MNC, the letters MNC. It stands for Mike, and N for Cheryl, and then C for Cheryl. Mike and Cheryl, MNC Treasures. And they are the sweetest couple, and been missing her so much. And probably many of you probably remember her and know her and have watched her in the past. She is one of our original Craft on the Clock creative team members, and just miss her so much. I'm hoping that she will find health this year, and maybe she can come back and start crafting with us again. I would so love that. Okay, I'm just distressing the edges like that. Look at that. And I even love the wrinkles. And I'm keeping it a little bit light. I like it lighter in the center to give a little bit of contrast. So 2 different versions. Yeah, I think I could totally add a little hanger. Maybe like use some homespun fabric. Drill some holes at the top. Put a little hanger on that. And that could be a hanger off my peg shelf. I think that would look darling. My comments stopped scrolling. Am I taking new crafters for Craft on the Clock? Yes, we probably will be here pretty soon. During the holidays, it's really slow. We all kind of have crazy schedules. And so we've kind of had a little bit of a bare schedule. So once we kind of get back into our normal swing of things, I'll know exactly kind of how many we'll be bringing in. But yes, if you're interested, you can go to Craft Round the Clock. It's not a round, it's round with an R. craftroundtheclocktv.com, and there's a place there where you can submit your application on there, and it goes to our database. So thank you, Miss Shayna. You love them. Yay. I'm so glad. I'm catching up on good Mary. I know you got to visit her last summer, I think it was. Okay. Where can you find her? I'm going to send it to you on my Telegram channel. Let me see if I can make that link. Okay. It's on there. Let me show it again. I don't know if it'll pop up, but I'm going to send it on my Telegram channel and on my broadcast channel. So if you're on one of those, that's where I'll send it. And I printed it on plain white paper. You saw, if you were on at the beginning of the live, it just printed it just like it is in regular size. I didn't enlarge it or anything like that or shrink it. Printed it in regular size on regular copy paper, just plain Jane copy paper. And I have them sized so that they will fit these wood pieces that come from Hobby Lobby. Okay, now if you're using different wood pieces, you might have to enlarge them or shrink them to fit. But these wood pieces, they come in a bag. Okay, these are about, I measured these, they're about 2.5 by like 9 3/4. Okay, if you get anywhere close in the ballpark of that measurement, you'll be fine. You'll just might have a little extra space around your letters above or below. But I've designed them to fit these wood blocks, okay? And I'll try to come up with another one because that was pretty fun. It just says love grows here. And, you know, for Valentine's Day, I mean, I don't do a whole lot of decorating for Valentine's Day, just here and there. A couple little things, nothing overboard. But I do keep all my red stuff out, specifically for Valentine's Day and through the winter. But this is something that can be left out all year long. This could also be given as a gift, maybe like a gift for someone who's just bought a new home. You know, I think they're cute. You know, and you can use either one. Set it on a shelf in your bathroom. Set it on a shelf anywhere. Or hang it. How do I get to my Telegram channel? Okay, if you click, there's a little link icon in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. We got a couple minutes. And if you find that, it will show you all the links that I usually use. Let me pull this up so I can kind of see what it looks like for you. Goodness, because it can, it'll show you the link to my Telegram channel. My goodness. Oh, goodness. I'm not going to find it quick enough. My video. Golly gee Moses. Okay, so let me turn the... Come on. Work with me here. Work with me. Here we go. All right. So on my screen, okay, down here in the bottom corner, then you have to be watching on Facebook. If you're watching this later on YouTube, I'm sorry, it's not going to be on there, but I'll put my Telegram channel in the description for you, those of you that are watching on YouTube later. There's a little icon right here that looks like a chain link, okay? If you tap on that, it pulls up a lot of the links that I use most frequently or that I'm asked for frequently. Telegram, it's the very top when it says Telegram, join my channel for notifications. It'll also say My Sweet Home Living's Telegram channel. And then there's a couple other links that I usually use for Craft Around the Clock group, for some of the printables that I use on Etsy and things like that. But right there, both of those top ones are actually my Telegram channel. I just have it in there twice. But if you click on that, it will take you, I'm going to click visit, and it will take you, you have to have the Telegram app downloaded. And I don't think I do on here. I need to. Okay. Yeah, I don't have it downloaded, but if you have the Telegram channel on there, you'll find it on there. Super easy. Okay, friends, how about that for a quick hour with no plans and some fun? We're getting back into the groove right here. I'll see you again soon, and I've missed you so much. And I'll see you again soon, I promise. It won't nearly be as long this time. Hopefully Saturday evening. We'll see. Stay tuned. I'll send notifications out on my channel, broadcast channel, and Telegram, letting you know. Okay, I promise. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.